And we are live, guys. Welcome to Crypto Talk Now Live with Max and Larry. I am Larry, and this is Max. And we've got a great show for you tonight. And not just a great show, but actually a very, very special show that I don't even think that Max realizes the impact of this. Excuse me. Oh, boy, I got to drink some more coffee. I don't think that Max realizes the situation here. This is actually our 300th video on this channel. So it's very special because Max is here. Max and I met. We've since done 11 videos in a row. So this is our 11th stream together, but a special 300th video for the channel. And we've grown together. Max has become my co-host for the show, Max and Larry show. I'm very grateful for him. We talk a ton offline. I think I'm losing my voice, Max, because we probably talked for 3 hours today. And, you know, I was up till 6 in the morning talking with other people, and we were talking to other people, trying to get a hold of people in different time zones in Europe and stuff. So how are you doing since I haven't talked to you in like 30 minutes?
So that's 30 minutes ago. I'm doing pretty well, actually. I mean, other than when we talked, I think we have quite a few things we want to cover today in regards to just everything crypto related. There's a few things I want to bring up that I got to mention just briefly to you guys a couple of days ago that caught my eye. I definitely want to share that with y'all, but it's going to be a good show as usual. And so I'm excited to be here as like we've been doing the whole thing the last few days. So,
right. So many people don't know about our channel. You know, our new slogan is that we're low impact. We're a low impact channel with a high impact. So basically what I mean by that is we were considered a low impact channel because of our subscriber count. And what I've since got to know this audience a little bit better because we have a very active subscriber base. We have a mature audience, a mature investment audience. Not everyone comes from a crypto background, and there's a lot of new people that follow this channel that are into crypto. But I do know for sure that it is a fact that we have 2 whales that are subscribers to this very channel. As small as this channel is, right, 6,700 subscribers compared to other YouTubers, it's not very big. But the thing that we have is we have real money behind this channel. Like there's really people that listen to what the developers say on this channel. So if anybody is out there that's a developer or a member of a community and you're considering getting on a platform, don't look at our subscriber count. Don't look at that at all. Look at the fact that we have organic growth. We have a tremendous amount of people that are serious about crypto here. There are some people that are newer. Like I said, they've been investing in stocks in the stock market for years. So they might be, you know, familiar with stocks, bonds, mutual funds, but that doesn't mean that they don't have the money and the desire to switch over to something else. And that is crypto. They're learning along with everyone else here. So consider that when you're thinking about talking about the platform. So, you know, I'm going to talk about my favorite project real quick, and then we've got a bunch of other things to do because I actually want to compliment them. So in case you're just tuning in, you know, there's been a lot of drama around the Phantom project, and I'm not going to get into all the drama. I like a lot of, you know, everyone that's involved that's promoting this project. But, you know, they called me out the other day or made a comment in their Telegram, and I wasn't able to respond because they blocked me and said that I was a low impact channel and they didn't care what I had to say, basically. Since that time, I've had 3 or 4 people reach out to me, and since they've had their comments deleted in their Telegram chat, and, you know, they've gone to bat for me. I haven't asked them to do that at all. When I woke up this morning, I checked the Telegram account, and I noticed that they did not block me anymore. They unblocked me. So I tip my cap to Phantom for doing the right thing, not because it's me, because, you know, you shouldn't censor someone. So that's what happened. Apparently they had one guy in there that was being rude and disrespectful to me. And from what I understand, he just went rogue and decided to have his own off the wall, crazy opinions, like paying people that are YouTubers. When I suggested to go out and get some big YouTubers and sign them up, he suggested that that would be like throwing money away at a strip club. So I didn't appreciate that, felt disrespected. I was reached out to by the next day by someone close to the development team, and they apologized to me. And since then, I've got a lot of people, like I said, 3 or 4 people that are subscribers to this channel that are invested in Saitama, I apologize, invested in Phantom. They're coming back here telling me they're concerned about some other things. So Phantom did the right thing. I'm going to compliment them for unblocking me. I don't have any desire to go in their Telegram anymore, but I think they did the right thing by not censoring me anymore. But I will say this. It shouldn't be that people have to come to me to have an impact on the Phantom team, because they say that I don't have an impact. Now, that was somebody else that was, it wasn't the person that was initially rude to me. Somebody else that's a member pretty closely to the development team said that I was a low impact channel. So that's our new slogan: low impact, high impact. You know, we're a low impact channel, but with a high impact on Phantom. The reason why I say that is every time I say something, they take action. I told them they need to go out and get somebody else to promote this token, and they go out and they sign Teddy, right? Because I was in there with Teddy and I was advocating for him to get in there. And Wealthyverse was saying you need to, you know, sign up Teddy, and he did a great job with the AMA the other day. So we got that, but that's not enough. That's only one guy, right? So an AMA with one guy is great. Now there's another guy that I like that is supposedly going to do a review for them, and that's I think his username on Twitter is Old Guy David. So he's pretty knowledgeable with crypto. He's got a nice big following on Twitter, and you know, he's got a military background. I appreciate that, and he seems like a good, honest guy. So that's good that he's going to review that. But again, that's not enough. That's only 2 new people. You know, and I don't think that he's going to be promoting the token. I think he's just going to be reviewing it, which is good. We need an honest, non-biased review. So there's that. But when you've got $3 million sitting in a marketing wallet, and I'm going to pull up their chart right here. You know, we'll talk a little bit more about the channel, but here's the chart right here. So, and I'm not trying to trash Phantom. I want Phantom to get better, because I have people panicking, you know, reaching out to me that are investors, and they're saying, Larry, you know, please come back. They're trying. One person is trying to get me to go back into Telegram. Somebody that has invested over 2 ETH into this project, right? I invested $2,000. That's peanuts. There's people in this that are in subscriber base here. I don't know exactly what they all invested in Phantom, but I can tell you this, that I know for sure they've invested in a lot of other projects. And usually when they get in, some of these people that are not even whales, they get in for $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. And we're not even going to talk about the 2 whales, because that's their business. So they get in for good money. So, you know, a lot of this money is not play money. It's hard-earned money. And when I look at over here on Dex Tools, if you guys can see that, currently their volume is like $23,000. Their first day of volume was over $1 million. Now, the thing that they're telling me is, you know, the one guy saying, come back, Larry, you know, he invested a couple ETH. He's saying, come back, you know, they're sorry, come back and help us. You know, I'm sorry. I can't get behind this project right now. Not when the developers are not opening up the marketing wallet. And it has nothing to do about paying me. Look, they can't buy me, you know, they can't pay me $10,000 right now to promote this token. I'm not going to do it. I'm done promoting the token. I'm here for the people. I'm here for the people that are still invested. It's not about money with me. It's about the way I was treated in Telegram. And then there's some other things that came out that are, you know, red flags with this. And the biggest red flag for me, if I'm just, you know, keeping the blinders on and just looking what I'm dealing with, is that they're not opening up the marketing wallet and, you know, signing on these YouTubers and Twitter influencers. So you've got $23,000 in volume today. And the big thing, besides not spending the money on, there's smaller projects that are spending the money. These guys raised $3 million in the pre-sale. The biggest thing, other than not spending the marketing dollars, is that they have the buy and sell tax. Now, I might be quoting it wrong, but I believe they have a 10% buy tax. So people in the Telegram, I'm looking in the Telegram earlier, and I see people say, where's the devs? Where's the mods? Where's the people? Now, the devs don't need to be in there 24 hours a day. Look, if they came in there for 30 minutes a day and said hello to everybody, that'd be great. But you have other people. You have mods. You have community leaders. You have other people in there that are, you know, keeping the thing moving forward. Now, people are posting puppy dogs and kitty cats, and everybody's doing backflips, and everyone's happy. But, you know, that doesn't change the chart. What changes the chart is outside of Telegram, people finding out what's going outside of it. So if I want somebody to invest in this project, and I'm looking at this from a ownership standpoint, if I'm owning this company, or if I'm part of the development team, which I haven't developed the crypto project, but in the real world, in other businesses, you pay people to do marketing, but you also provide incentives. So people in the Telegram are asking about burns. They're asking about buybacks. And what they really want is they want that buy tax to disappear, at least temporarily. Now, what I would do is I would do a combination of 4 things. I would do the buybacks, the burns, I would eliminate the tax, and I would do extreme aggressive marketing. I would drop $50,000 to $100,000 in the next 30 days on marketing on YouTube alone. And I probably drop another $20,000 to $50,000 on Twitter marketing. And I really, really get the word out, because right now, they said that I was being impulsive, and I don't understand what the rush is to spend money. It's our money. I'm not invested anymore, right? But when I was invested in it, I consider it to be my money, my investment. And I want my investment dollars to work on bringing in more investment so that we can actually have a working decentralized social media app in 6 to 8 months. So I'm going to, again, from this low impact channel, provide a big impact for one project alone. And that's Phantom, because every time I say something, there's a reaction. I like that. I like that I'm having an impact on the same community that's telling me I don't have an impact. This channel is having, Max and I are talking here.
Now, you don't have an impact. You have a low impact.
I got a low impact.
There is some impact. It's low impact.
Max is such a nice guy. I'm a little bit more rough around the edges. I'm a little more direct. I am a little bit of a pushy person when it comes to marketing, because I know what can happen. Like, this project's going to be forgotten about. The sad reality is if this was a real project and they were really going to build a social media platform, which they very well might do that. Now, I'm not saying they're not going to. I can only go by what the devs say to us. If the devs are saying, look, there's going to be a great platform, we're working with dev.pro, I believe them. But don't sit here and tell me not to spend money. Don't sit here and tell me that we need to take our time. Don't sit here and tell me that having, 2 YouTubers or 3 YouTubers is enough, because it's not. Unless you're going to go out there and hire somebody that's got 1 million subscribers or 500,000 subscribers, 1 or 2 or 3 YouTubers is not enough. 1 or 2 or 3 Twitter influencers is not enough. Now, I know that they pride themselves in having AMAs in the Telegram. That's great, but that's not enough. I want to see the money being spent, not on me. Like $10,000, $20,000, I wouldn't do it. And that's a God's honest truth. They come on here right now, they try to transfer $10,000 into my wallet, and I give, half of it to Max. I'm not going to do it. Sorry, Max, you're not getting your half, because we're not doing it, because, I lost faith in the project. I'm only here to light the fire, to have an impact any way I can, because I'm getting messages every single day from people that are invested in this project. And the ones that are invested in it that I'm hearing from are subscribers to this channel. So I'm passionate about trying to help them. This is the only thing I can do, because they don't listen to me in Telegram. I'm out of the loop. Now, I'm looking at the Telegram partly for amusement and humor, because I see the same thing every day. Where's the devs? Where's the mods? What's going on? We need some marketing. It's not just me saying this. Like, I'm not some marketing genius, like my dog knows that you need to advertise, a product. My dog knows that you need to advertise a crypto or a service or anything like that. And you look at the different platforms. Look, if I'm trying to sell, if I own a McDonald's franchise, I'm not going to advertise so much on YouTube. If I own Walmart, I'm not going to advertise on YouTube. But if I have a crypto project, I'm going to advertise on YouTube, because this is what is effective. It's proven to be. Look at Saitama. Whether you want to believe that they paid influencers or not, they paid some influencers and they didn't. They paid some big influencers and the little guys followed. I was one of the little guys that followed. I wanted to make Saitama content because I was an early holder. I believed in the project and the vision of the team at the time. Since then, I've been a bit disappointed without them, delivering a working app. And I've said that on my channel. I got to be real. But at the same time, if you have a lot of hype and excitement about something, and you're paying a big group of people to talk about it, guess what? You're also going to get a bunch of people to talk about it for free, because they want to build their platforms.
Right.
I mean,
let's take real quick. Let's take a moment to thank those who have recently connected to the live stream. I'm Maximus. Again, this is Larry, and you're now connected to Crypto Talk Now with Max and Larry. And again, another hot topic was what Larry was just mentioning with Phantom. And I'm going to go ahead and give it back to him. Let him finish up on that, because I realize some of you guys might have catch the tail end of that. So, Larry, go ahead.
There's such a strong irony in all this. People might be saying, oh, here goes Larry again. Larry's funding the project. It's not anything about that. I was called out and told I had a low impact platform. Okay. And the ironic thing about it is I have a high impact. If I'm on here complaining the night before that they blocked me on Telegram, and the next morning I wake up and I'm not blocked on Telegram anymore, what does
Then
that
you
tell
made
you?
an impact.
I
Absolutely.
created an impact. And that's the thing that I want you guys to keep in mind. Look, we're passionate about crypto. We'll get behind projects. We really will. If we're treated the right way, that's all it really comes down to. If you have a good, solid project and you treat Max and I the right way, we're going to get behind you. You know, if you stumble along the way and make mistakes, we're all human. If you have problems with your swap or your app or whatever you're developing, let's talk about the problems. Let's figure out what we can do to help you from a marketing.
I want to add to that just real quick. So, you know, about this whole thing about, you know, being low impact and so on, and I won't dwell long on it or anything like that. But I will state this, you know, he is right. It's not exactly all about the subs. And we can actually give you countless examples of that. Here, I'll give you guys an example. My gaming channel, right? So as you guys know, if you've been following me on my own channel, yeah, I'm teamed up with Larry with Crypto Talk Now. This is our show. But on my own personal channel, it's not monetized like Larry's is. Larry's got close to 7,000 subs on this particular channel. However, on my second YouTube channel, my gaming channel, that's the one I started off with since May of 2020, roughly. I have about 7,200 subs on that channel. Guess what? My crypto channel makes more of an impact than my gaming channel with 7,200 subs. And the reason for that is, as the saying goes, quality over quantity. For instance, I check analytics just like anybody else. I'll tell you this much. My gaming channel that's focused like on Battlefield series, Call of Duty, and so on, that channel, I only get about 150 return viewers weekly. Check this out. I only have 475 subs for my crypto channel, but guess what? When I view the analytics on that, it's telling me that a lot of times I range from anywhere from 600 to 900 return viewers. That's why I put a lot more focus on my crypto channel. One, I'm passionate about it because I love talking about crypto, love doing this show with Larry and so on. But again, if for those who are, you know, specifically looking at like, well, you guys got low subs, low impact and so on. Again, I will advise you this. We always say, you know, not financial advice, but I will give you advice on this. And that is, it's not, again, about all the subs. It's about, again, the impact you make on people's daily lives. I mean, yesterday alone, concurrently, it might not sound like a big deal, but we had like 38 concurrent people connected.
Right.
On top of that, over 200 people on the views. You know, it doesn't sound like it, but there were. If you watch the video, if you weren't here yesterday, I encourage you to watch yesterday's video. You don't have to watch the whole thing, but you will see there was lots of engagement. And why was there lots of engagement? We had people from CVC. We had Keith in the team. We have, you know, like a whale, like for instance, you know, like Andrew, who's bought into it and so on. Other people who are, you know, just passionate about what CVC has to bring. And it's not just CVC. At the beginning of the show, we even had, you know, a few people who obviously want me to get into Luna One. And I do apologize that we didn't get a chance to get into that. But the point is this, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a channel in which there's 1,000 people, you know, on the live stream. How about this? I'll put it this way. For some of you viewers, you might not want to see 1,000 because at the end of the day, you might be like, well, I can't engage enough with these guys. I can't get my question asked and so on. That's why on some of the big impact channels, if you will, with the high subs and so on, you know, I know we just lost Larry, but I'll just touch basis on this. And that is on some of those, what do? They delay the chat literally like a minute, maybe 2 minutes, depending on how huge they are. And then it just takes that much longer to get your questions answered and so on. So we have a very good community that we're, you know, that is following us already. We can't thank you guys enough for that. I mean, obviously, CVC brought it yesterday, the CVC Army and so on. And that is what we're about. We're about, you know, the community engagement, not getting involved with all the unnecessary politics. Me personally, I'm done with politics. I'm done with the corporate world. No, thank you. Yeah, I have an MBA, and a lot of times that means, you know, being involved with business people and so on. But that doesn't mean I'm going to return back to, you know, corporate American politics. No, thanks.
The unique thing about this channel, Max, and everything you said is agree with 100%. The unique thing about this channel is you don't know who we're talking to behind the scenes, so to speak. There's people that are subscribed to this channel and regular viewers of this channel that, Max and I are just the tip of the iceberg. We just try to use our platform to bring projects here so we can all decide whether we want to put our money in or not. We have a network of people that watch this channel that are serious, mature investors. Like, we like to joke around and have fun. But compared to some other YouTubers, I'm pretty boring. There's some very, very entertaining YouTubers. I watch some of these channels. I'm not going to name the names, but they're very entertaining. And I'm not saying they don't have a bunch of whales following. They might have like 100 whales, and that's great. But what I'm saying to you is we've got a pretty big pool of investors, or at least a handful of guys that have some really good money behind them. So if someone was to come on here, anybody is welcome to come on here from a community. This live show is very unique. So people can come on here from development teams. They're welcome to come on. There's no obligation to pay us. Now, we love it when people drop super chats like CVC did last night. We weren't planned to have Keith on. We were approached by someone that's connected to this channel, and he's somebody that's, we would consider a whale. And he said, look, you guys should probably talk to Keith. And I said, you know what? Ask Keith if he can come on tonight. And this was like a few minutes before we went live, and that's how it happened. So, people are constantly approaching us. I get like 2 or 3 or 4 emails a day for projects asking us to look at them, right? And so, we don't like to look at everybody because I don't want to bring something bad. I don't want to bring something bad to our viewership. Look, we're all going to promote accidentally rug pulls, right? Everybody knows that, everybody can be fully doxxed. Everything can be great. Token sniffer this. We can have people look at the contract, all that kind of stuff. But you don't know what's in somebody's heart. Okay, I like to look at people in the eyes, but I'm still looking across the camera. But everybody out there, it's up for you to decide. Like, somebody like this is a perfect example. Like, I'm going to bring her up on the screen here. I really appreciate you watching the channel, and I respect your input, insight. Mrs. NFT Queen, I know she's a player in the space here, and I mean that in a good way. She says, I don't know what's going on, but you two are doing great, and every great thing takes time to build. Absolutely. Everybody start. This is only our 11th show.
Absolutely right. And we do appreciate you even just taking the time. You didn't have to do that, but you took the time to come on here on our platform and, share that. We can't thank you enough for that, and
yeah,
like I always said, Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither
right.
is our show. And it's a grind.
Yeah. That's what my grandmother always said. Well, she's dead now, but Rome wasn't built in a day. So look, let me follow up on Miss NFT Queen. Now, I don't know Miss NFT Queen personally, sure, but I do appreciate her questions. I've seen her before in Rodney's stream, My Crypto Journey. There's another Rodney, but we're talking about the real deal. And he's a great YouTuber, and he's very entertaining. I've been following him since the beginning. I'm one of his early subscribers because I think he's funny as hell. I wish I was as funny as he was. In fact, if he wanted,
speaking of which, Legal Alien is on the chat. Hey, shout out to you. I watch your videos. I watch your channel. I'm actually subbed to you.
And he's another guy that's really entertaining. These guys are great YouTubers, and they're knowledgeable about crypto. Look, that's a great combination to be entertaining and also, provide an educational platform. But, we're going to get there. It's going to take time. We're going to invite other people come. YouTubers can come on here. If somebody wants to come on, they can come on. And we don't have to agree on everything, but we can respect each other. So getting back to Miss NFT Queen. So she had some great questions in the AMA that Rodney did. I know it was controversial with what happened with everything, and we won't get into all of it. But, she had great questions for Phantom. And I watched those questions come in. And, that's what it's all about. I don't have all the answers, and I don't have all the questions. But you get somebody like Miss NFT Queen to come in here, and she can assist channels, not just here, but she can ask the right questions. So I appreciate that. So let's say a shout out to Legal Alien. Same thing. I don't understand completely the connection with Wealthyverse Studios, but I believe they have a great thing going on there. Okay, so they got Legal Alien. I don't know, anybody personally, but they seem like great guys. Legal Alien, Mr. Burt, and Shane got a tremendous amount of respect for him. Marine and everything. They're, I liked all these guys. And, even if we disagree on something, we can all agree that we're colleagues and all this type of stuff.
Yes, absolutely. At the end of the day, I think what is missing, especially in our country, maybe even the world, well, let's face it, the world. And that is we need to get desperately back to the whole concept of agreeing to disagree. Can we all at least agree on that? You know what I mean? It's just like, I might not agree with everything you say, but as long as we can have a discussion and agree to disagree, that's where it's at. You don't just, cancel this person out or mute this person because you don't agree with them. You know what I mean? It's just like, we as a country and the world need to get back to that. So,
I watched a little bit of Rodney's video right before I came on here, and he's saying the same, thing that I'm echoing, that we're all going to accidentally promote things that are not going to pan out, rug pulls or whatever you want to call them. It's not, it's not intentional, but, at the same time, you got to understand that this is the DeFi space, and we're in the meme token or community-based projects, whatever you want to call it sometimes. And these are high-risk investments. Look, I talk to people all the time, people in real life or friends that I see day to day or whatever. I tell them about Bitcoin. They think I'm crazy. Somebody that owns General Electric stock or Tesla, they don't know what Bitcoin is. They're scared of it, especially the older generation, people that are older than I am. So, I mean, Bitcoin's considered high. We forget where we are. Bitcoin is high risk for a lot of people. And then you're talking about investing in a community-based token. It takes time for this adoption. And I want to give a shout out to that guy. I've had some great conversations with that guy. We haven't talked on the phone yet. Anybody is welcome to call me. If anybody wants my phone number, message me on Twitter. I'll give it to you. Even if you hate my guts, we can talk about it. But look, I'm always respectful of everybody. If we don't agree, we can have a healthy debate and agree not to agree. But I really appreciate, that guy. I believe he's pretty involved with Pixel. I'm interested in learning more about that. And they're welcome to come on here and talk. And, shout out again to Legal Alien. He knows that guy too.
Thanks, Legal Alien. I appreciate that. We appreciate everybody who
said what
shows up.
So what went on is, if you guys are just joining us, so what I didn't like the other day was my treatment in the Telegram of Pixel. Sorry, very, very sorry. I didn't like my treatment in the Telegram for Phantom. And it was apparently somebody went rogue and shot their mouth off with text and said, I was being impulsive, and that, I encouraged them to hire like 10, 15 or 20 YouTubers, or go out and get some big guys in the space, 200,000, 500,000 subscribers, whatever you can find, and just hurry up and market because the chart's down and we're not doing anything. And I don't want to hear about planning because we've had enough time to plan. We've planned for 3 or 4 months, or however long they've been planning. And this is not a dig against any of the YouTubers that they have now, but it's not enough. We need more people. So this is what I was saying. And then the guy comes back at me. I'm not going to mention the name. Wasn't part of the development team. And he tells me that, I'm being impulsive, and that hiring a bunch of YouTubers would be like going to a strip club. That's strip club money. So that was just a stupid statement. So, but I appreciate him making the statement, but don't censor me. Don't, just because I'm being passionate and trying to push a project forward because there's $3 million put into it, and it's people hard-earned money, don't censor me. Don't kick me out of Telegram because I'm trying to, I sold off. After that, I made an emotional decision. I put $2,000 into it. That's peanuts compared to some people that watch this channel and other people that watch other channels.
It's not that hard. I mean, again, like I mentioned before, hiring a community manager. If the whole weekend thing is going to be an issue, then hire a weekend community manager. But at the same time, have somebody who's familiar with, HR, for instance, right? And, it's all about what? Like I myself, I minored in HR, and my thing was, what they try to teach us? To find the right fit. And that's all they got to do. They got to see, let's try to put an application out there, whether it's on LinkedIn or whatever. And you vet some of these people, just like we vet crypto projects, right? We want them to be fully doxed, but let's see what kind of experience you guys got. Same thing. Get 2 community managers, one for Monday through Friday and one for the weekend. You can't just leave the Telegram completely empty and no remarks. You just raised $3 million. Are you kidding me? Shouldn't have to explain this. Again, I'm not gonna get heated over it because I was never I'm personally invested in it, but it's just I hate hearing stuff like that because I mean at the end of the day, right, we have a community that comes here, and I hate seeing them get burned and not get their questions answered and so on, just like any other project.
Look, I like Miss NFT Queen is saying right here, she's being nice and everything. Look, I could really rip into Phantom, but that's not what I'm going to do here. I don't do that type of stuff on camera. I could do it off camera, but I don't do that type of stuff. I'm not trying to FUD this project. I'm here to light the fire because I feel bad for the people that invested in this thing, because there's $3 million sitting there or more than that now with the taxes, and they're not doing anything with it.
Well, go ahead and add on. I mean, for those who just recently joined, again, this is not, you know, the fudding Phantom show. He is pointing out what
I love Teddy. I love Teddy Ganja, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I love him. I was trying to get him on board, or I was trying to encourage them to get him on board. Wealthyverse was doing the same thing. Look, Teddy Ganja doesn't cost $3 million. He might be worth $3 million. He's funny as heck. Everybody likes to watch him. He's got a great stream. But look, there's more money available to hire more people like Teddy Ganja. There's not just one person. So I'm here to light the fire because then it becomes personal because they blocked me and I didn't even do anything except for try to push them into marketing. Not me. You know, they can't hire me. I don't have a price right now. I mean, it's off the table. They can't hire me. I don't want to do it.
All I was trying to say is you give credit where credit's due. You give constructive criticism. It's not about just like, hey, we're just here to FUD. It's not FUD. It's just, again, like I've always said, there's a difference between constructive criticism and FUD. And I think there's obviously certain channels out there that are focused on FUD. We won't mention those. And there's ones in which, you know, you got to give credit where credit's due. We will give them credit where credit's due. They came back. They unblocked Larry. Hey, kudos to you, you know?
Right. But what they did do was they said that we were a low impact channel. So the funny thing is the low impact channel that's not being paid by Phantom anymore, the one that has not any influence because we're so small, apparently is having an impact because people are coming here. 3 people are coming here messaging me on Telegram that are invested in the project and also subscribers to this channel. They're saying, Larry, come back to us. Come back and do an AMA. That, you know, you're welcome back. You know, the time has passed. I'm not going back. I've made my decision, but I'm still having.
That should be our merch.
The funny
that
thing
should
is,
be our merch. Our merch should start off with #low impact, and then we'll just run with it.
I'm still having an impact with the impact of this low impact channel. I'm having impact on one project, and that's Phantom, because I have nothing else to do but to defend the people that are there. I'm defending the money of the investment that's there, not for the people in this channel, but people that watch other channels. There's a lot of YouTubers that got into this. There's a lot of YouTubers that got into it. It was oversold. They raised 1,033 ETH. And I'm just looking at the math. I'm not a big math and numbers guy. I don't do technical analysis like T. Hobbs. He does a great job. I don't do that kind of stuff. But I know enough to see what's going on. I know that the chart is dead because they ran out of people to buy. So if you're running out of people to buy, encourage it. Encourage the investment by, I don't want, be sick of hearing about it. Let's have it all over on everybody's YouTube channel about Phantom. Just drop $100,000 on marketing and you'll get a bunch of stuff happening, and eliminate the buy tax for a little while. And then also do some burns and buybacks. It's not that hard of a formula. I've never even run a project before, and I understand how it works. I'm not saying that I have all the answers. Look, I love Bleeds and stuff like that. I really do. I know he's always right, and I'm not always right. So he's the only one that's always right. All right. So
that is his slogan. Yeah.
So Selmo says, I tag along on everyone's stream and I learn a lot, and even with a lot of subs asking questions. Right. And then let's see what Miss NFT Queen says. Look, Miss NFT Queen is a lot smarter than I am. I can tell just by the comment. The problem is no one wants to risk their reputation by aligning themselves with Phantom. Yes, Teddy took some heat for it too. Well, Teddy asked the tough questions. I will give him credit there. I was, concerned about Teddy taking some heat. For me, I saw the heat that was coming online. And for me, it was a personal, emotional decision because I got pissed off. I don't know any other way to say it. That's the nicest way I can say it. They pissed me off in Telegram and I was out. They're the first people that ever blocked me on Telegram. But before they blocked me, they insulted me and disrespected me. And I'm not going to stand for it because it's only $2,000 and I lost $1,200, and so be it. But you know what? I'm sacrificing that because, I'm trying to do this for the greater good. I don't want to act like, I'm here to, be Mother Teresa. But at the same time, I care about the people on this channel and other channels that invest in this token. We're all in this together. We're here very, very early. And, whether you hate me or like me, we're all in the same industry. The YouTubers are in the same industry. The viewers are in the same industry. Subscribers, non-subscribers, anybody invested in crypto, or even if you're just learning about it, we're all in this together, right? WagMe Games, right? We're all in this together. There you go. So let's see what he says here. Well, they just wanted money behind the whole project. Well, that's something that I'm not going to touch that subject here because I didn't read any of the legal stuff. Let's just put it that way. So, their accusations, they could be 100% true. They could be partially true. At the same time, there was good and bad. He was able to raise a lot of money. I know he pissed off some YouTubers. I understand both sides. And, I'm sorry, but I can't get into the legal part of it because I'm not an attorney, I'm not a judge, and I'm not God. So we'll go from there. But I appreciate the comment. Bro, they're trash. Could be considered trash talk, but you're better than them. 100%. There you go. Okay, 100% true. Getting lots of 100%. So that's what's been happening to me. Look, it wasn't just me. They were deleting comments. There were people in there saying, look, Larry has good intentions. He's just trying to light the fire. They tried to get me to go into their Telegram voice chat. I said, look, I'm not tech savvy. I don't have my tech guy here. I got my tech guy over there. I mean, Max is in Arizona. He's across the country. He's not in the same room that I am. I don't know how to get on Telegram and be on YouTube at the same time. I'll figure it out, but I'll go in there afterwards. Or you guys can come on now. They didn't want to come on. I went in afterwards and I was blocked. So I didn't even get to go in. But the point that I'm trying to make here is they did a good thing by unblocking me because that's what their platform is, right? Decentralized social media that's not censored. That's it. Right now, they have no platform. The only platform they have is what exists: Telegram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. But they got to pay for it. People are not going to talk about your project for free unless you're like Saitama or Shiba Inu. Okay, let's see what else it is. Or Bitcoin or Ethereum or, Crowcoin. Everyone is a crypto groupie in some form or fashion. Yeah, you're right. It's fun. I see everybody bouncing around here. I've seen every single person that's made a comment has either been on our channel here or in other channels. I'm very familiar. I have my finger on the pulse of the YouTube community here in the DeFi space. I'm not an expert with every single YouTuber, but I watch enough of them to understand the sentiment and the temperature of what's going on. Like, I understand the feeling that I understand that people are upset about Phantom. There was people upset about Phantom before I got upset about it. Look, I got paid for 3 videos, got paid for 2 promotional videos, and I got paid to do an AMA. I reached out to them in the beginning. So it was me. I never talked to Kings. I dealt directly with the development team. Now, whether that was Kings behind the Twitter, I don't really know. I don't know who I was talking to because I wasn't talking to them on the phone. I was just messaging them on Twitter. So, again, I'm not God. I'm not here to judge Kings. And only Kings knows what went on because I wasn't there. So there you go. So, all right. So
he says, I'm a Larry and Max groupie. So much fun. All right. Well, hey, man, bring on the groupies.
Yeah. All right. So he blocked them all. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that guy. Yeah. So, well, interestingly enough, I'm not going to name the projects, but 2 projects that I was bouncing in Telegram. I don't spend a lot of time in Telegram because I go into different Telegrams and I usually just say the same thing. Hello, how are you doing? If I'm invested in the token, sometimes I say, what's up, family? How are you doing? Because we're kind of family. It's just friendly. But, I had a little bit of coldness from a couple communities. Yeah, they were like, not so excited to see me. And I had the impression that it was because I was promoting Phantom. So I was like, and then after that happened, all of a sudden I'm seeing them, messaging me. I hadn't talked to them in a few days. And I have, 2 head developers reach out to me and a whale in another project. And I was like, geez, I wonder if it was because of Phantom. Maybe they don't like this project and they didn't want to associate with me because of it. So guilt by association, but that's okay. I forgive everybody over there. The screwball that, was talking the nonsense about the strip club and me being impulsive. I forgive that guy. I don't really care. I'm here to make money, but I can have fun at the same time. If he wants to post gifs about puppy dogs and kitty cats and people doing backflips and Snoop Dogg, I post Snoop Dogg dancing and Mike Tyson punching people or whatever. I don't really care. I mean, it's fine. We can all be friends, but, don't mess around with people's $3 million. That's the point. Spend the money and get some more investment. All right, maybe we should move on. What else do you want to talk about, Max? Oh, let me just say
Man,
one thing. So look, I have a great friend of the channel. Okay, guys, if you haven't seen her, her name is Maria Anderson. We've been chatting for a long time, since November of last year. And, you know, it's my fault because I didn't have a live stream, and I always wanted to do a live stream, and I wasn't completely comfortable doing it. And, you know, I've interviewed different people. I've interviewed Classy Crypto. I like Classy Crypto. He's a good young man, a lot of enthusiasm. I interviewed Hanak. Say what you want about him. I think he's a good person. I know a lot of people don't like him, but that's your prerogative. But they both said to me, you ought to do some live streams. I wasn't ready for it last November. So I brought Maria on. We had a good chat. We might talk about women in crypto, and she likes to talk about NFTs. So she might come back next week. So, you know, anybody's welcome on this platform. Developers, YouTubers. If you want to come on here and scream at me, you can. I don't, you know, things like that don't bother me. Like, I'm pretty laid back and easygoing. I'm going to be very respectful to you. And I'm always going to be respectful to everybody. But, you know, if you disrespect me, I'm going to let you know about it, just like I did with Phantom. So let's see what here. The judge, okay. Boy, he's really, that guy's going hard. Like, he's, the judge and a jury knows he's still on parole. Okay, he just got out of prison. It's all public knowledge now. You need to actually learn about that because it's the truth. And it's the downfall of this project. All right, well, here's the thing. Let's take them right out of it, right? Here's the nuts and bolts of it. I'm not an expert, but I will say this. The project was oversold. And that doesn't have anything to do with the guy that was in it. You know, that there was other issues going on. Now, there was a rift between a couple YouTubers, and I like both of these YouTubers. I like Rodney, and I like Awesome Austin, and I've been watching their content for a long time. I started watching Austin when he switched over to crypto. And I was like, you know what? This guy's got a good voice. He knows what the heck he's doing, and he's entertaining. And I saw him jumping into Rodney's comment section a lot. I'm like, you know what? And these guys became buddies and stuff, and they have a back-to-back live stream. And, you know, they share their knowledge, and they're very entertaining. And, you know, they don't put up with the nonsense. You know, I'm not as funny as they are. Well, Rodney's in a class by himself. He's very funny. So people like to watch his show. But, you know, I don't put up with the nonsense either. And, you know I don't completely agree with everything that everybody says. But I will say this, you know, they had the rift going on. And, you know, it was unfortunate what happened. And they felt disrespected. They felt disenfranchised, whatever you want to say. They were, you know, felt like they had a relationship, a friendship, and they felt taken advantage of. So that's that. Now, that's their prerogative. Now, there was the other side of the story, and they felt something different. Everybody has a side of the story. Look, I'm not in the room talking to these guys. I'm not on the phone call talking to these guys. I can only go by what people say. I respect, you know, what Rodney and Austin are saying, right? I have to say Austin because there's Austin Hilton too. So I got to clarify that. But I respect what Rodney and Austin are saying. You know, they're good guys. And, you know, they felt burnt by it. Look, they got bad feelings the way I got bad feelings about Telegram. Look, I don't even care about the development team. They're nice people to me. Riz and Matt seem nice. They didn't do anything bad to me. Somebody close to the development team reached out to me on Telegram and apologized. I secretly think it was one of the developers under a different username. But that's another conspiracy story or whatever. But look, whether it was them or not, they apologized, right? It was close to them. And I wasn't very nice about it. I didn't accept their apology. I was pretty harsh, actually, because I didn't like it. I was still angry about it. And I told them that the next day. So, look, in this space, we're all in this together. There's going to be times that I'm going to ruffle somebody's feathers, and they're going to get pissed off at me. And maybe we can come back to, 2 days later, and we could talk about it, or 2 months later, and we can, put it to bed. Like the Sandstorm and now, I don't want to just say it wrong so I get the story, but the Sandstorm kind of had a beef going on, right? And I'm not talking gossip about anybody. Everybody knows this stuff. He had a beef with, didn't he have a beef going on with Rodney? Correct me if I'm wrong, but they just kind of got back together. So, I mean, this type of stuff happens. Okay, so let's see here. By saying only kings and God knows is not good on the image. You're pretty much saying that you don't care about the victims of sexual assault, only the person that got. Okay, I'm not saying that at all. So, I mean, you raise a good point, that guy. So, here's the thing. Like, I am so busy. I know I'm not trying to be facetious or, egotistical or anything like that, but I consume myself with learning a lot of different things and understanding what's going on with projects and doing a bunch of other stuff. Like, I'm kind of a workaholic. So, I didn't take the time to focus on, I don't look at people's criminal records, and I mean, I can go back now and look at it, but I just didn't take the time to do it. So I'm not knowledgeable on the subject, and I don't want to speak out of court. Like, I don't want to say something that may or may not be true because I haven't taken the time to investigate it. It's just like saying to me, you know, what do you think about Archie Neko? Look, I can't talk about Archie Neko right now. They're coming on the show tomorrow, by the way. They're coming here. The developers of Archie Neko are coming on, but I'm not an expert on the subject. They're the experts because they developed the project. So I don't know enough to talk about it. All right, so here's going here. So everyone got out and sold at a massive loss because of the drama. Okay, well, I definitely agree with that. I sold for a different reason because they pissed me off in Telegram because of their apathy surrounding the subject of marketing. When I was pushing them to do marketing through YouTube and Twitter and not talking about me, look, I'm small potatoes, right? They can go out and get some big YouTubers, or they can get subscribers, or I mean, YouTubers that are mid-level subscriber accounts, but they have, you know, look, I know they pissed off Rodney and Awesome, but those guys get a lot of people in their streams, so they can get people like that. So, all right. So Nate Nay says, you got this. Okay. Selmore, he's been here. Happy Cinco. Oh, is it? Holy cow. It's Cinco de Mayo. Wow. This is probably one of the few years I haven't been to a Mexican restaurant to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I didn't even realize it was Cinco de Mayo. So yeah. So last year I was eating in one of my favorite Mexican restaurants in town. And this year, you know, I stayed home. It's stuck on my computer. All right. So here, mucho gracias. Happy Cinco de Mayo to you as well. Okay. De nada.
That was me.
Oh, shoot.
That's me.
I'm not even looking at who's making these comments. So
that's all right.
Max, so do you speak Spanish, Max?
Muy poquito. No, not enough to really have not enough to have a real legit conversation. It's weird. It's like if I go down to Rocky Point, Puerto Penasco, which is like it's basically Phoenix's closest beach, if you will, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's if I go down there and I'm down there for a while, then I pick up, you know, the language and so on. Then I'm like, yeah, I can have I guess like a small conversation. But then if I get away from it too long, right, then I lose everything. So
yeah,
one sucks.
So Nate Nay, welcome to the stream here. Says I bought tacos and eat them home later. You know what my favorite Mexican dish is? It's really like more like a Mexican American thing to eat, like some more, you know, it's not really native. When I'm saying if you go to Mexico, they're going to laugh at you, right? I like to have the Texas fajitas, right? So that's the American version. You know, they have the shrimp, the steak, and chicken. So Texas fajitas is not like a hardcore native dish, but it's something that I like to eat, and that's what I enjoy. So I'm a
guys in Texas, they won't call that Mexican food. I mean, I've been to Dallas and San Antonio and Houston a few times. They don't call it that. They call it literally Tex-Mex. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Texas fajitas, the thing about it is I'm a creature of habit. So I'll go from Mexican restaurant to Mexican restaurant to Mexican restaurant, usually order the same thing because I like that type of food. And this way I have a reference point. So if I like it in dish in one place, I can compare it to the other. You know what I mean? I can't go have one type of food. You know, like if you go to some of these different restaurants, right, and you order one type of food, like if you order a steak at one restaurant and you want to compare it to another restaurant that serves steak, you don't go and buy chicken. So I got to be consistent. I got to compare apples to apples. So that's how I do mine.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So welcome to anyone that's joined the stream. Yeah. We haven't talked much about anything except for the Phantom drama. And the only reason why I'm still talking about it is because people are invested in the project. And apparently it takes somebody like me with a low impact channel to get through the people over at Phantom. And from the army of people, which is only like 3 people here are running the whole Telegram. Me and 3 people are influencing the Telegram from this low impact channel over at Phantom, because apparently the devs are asleep at the wheel. They're out on the golf course. They're on their yachts. They're not doing anything. Now, that doesn't mean they need to do anything at all. Look, if I'm a dev and I don't want to show up to meetings in Telegram, I don't have to. But I could pay someone $200,000 or $300,000 a year to be there every day. You know, I don't know what RD Price gets paid. I really don't know from Terrarium, but he's always in everything. They can hire somebody like him. Hire somebody like RD Price, and he's your representative. Look, these doctors over at Terra terrarium, they don't have time to be in Telegram all day. They're doctors. They might be actually with a patient. So that's the reason why you have, like in the military, right? They call it a chain of command. Corporate world, right? You have things, you have people around you, like, President of the United States has a cabinet, right? They have people around them that support their efforts and do the marketing, do the work. Whatever it is that you're doing, you don't do it by yourself. I'm not, the devs are private people. They don't need to be on camera every day.
I just want to give a shout out to those who just recently joined us. We got a few more viewers who might just tuned in for the very first time. You're with Crypto Talk Now with Max and Larry. I'm Max, this is Larry. And of course, we got a few hot topics that we're still covering. I should say a particular topic that we're still covering. Do you still want to elaborate more on this, Larry, or you want to move on?
Well, I just want to say, thank you to everyone that's joined us. You're joined by Max and Larry. We are your low impact channel with a high impact mission. Like at least for Phantom, we have a high impact. So
right.
I know it's kind of a joke, but we are going to get shirts to say low impact because that apparently is our new channel slogan. All right, so let's jump over to the screen here and take a look at what's going on. There's my Twitter. Max has got a Twitter too. Links are in the description. Guys, follow us on Twitter. Well, we don't need to see the Phantom chart anymore. Which crypto are we talking about first? Anchor, Proof, or Miami Coin?
Well, the thing is this. I mean, before we get into this, I want to state this. All right. So, for instance, just wrapping things up with the whole Phantom thing. I did briefly mention the whole thing about they basically need a community manager, or one on during the week, one on the weekends, and so on. But even I myself, like just recently, somebody reaches out to me and they're like, hey, are you one of the devs, or are you the main guy who covers Metopolis? And I said, I actually get that asked quite a bit. Like some people think I'm their community manager, and I'm not. And but yeah, I get tweeted about that quite often. And my answer to that is I just simply cover it. But that's the whole thing. Sometimes influencers can cover a topic so much that the community feels like that person is the community manager. So at the end of the day, again, all they need is a community manager. I would say preferably two. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up on that. But yes, let's take a look at some of these other crypto projects. And the reason why I want to point this out is, for instance, Larry, if you could pull up, well, we're looking at the crypto bubbles. Let's actually cover that real quick. ANC is about the only one you guys see right now on crypto bubbles. Is significant in this regard. You want to do what? At the end of the day, like I've always said, if you've been following our live stream, our show, I'm a firm believer that at the end of the day, no matter what token project or coin project that you're into, you have to have an exit plan. And for me personally, my exit plan is at some point I'm going to cash out because we should take profits off the top. And then you do what? You put into stablecoin, right? So check this out. For instance, Anchor Protocol. Currently speaking, if you go to their site, larryapp.anchorprotocol.com, if we go there, you are actually going to pair this, if you will. And again, I covered on my channel, Maximus Crypto. Yes, this is our show, but me and Larry, of course, have our own channel as far as the video content. On my channel, Maximus Crypto, I did coverage on Anchor Protocol. And the nice thing is you're gonna pair this, if you will, with UST, which is Terra. And currently speaking, as far as like the top 100 coins, stable coins that are out there, for instance, UST, you can get 18% on that deposited APY. It used to be 19.5%. You guys got to keep in mind with all the volatility that's happening lately with crypto, crypto.com, for instance, they slashed their, the rates and so on. This is to be expected, but still, guys, crypto.com, even myself was on my CRO. I think I'm getting like 10 or 11% roughly like right now, but this is stable coin for crying out loud. UST, stable coin, Terra, 18%. Check out that video sometime if you want. You don't have to, but nonetheless, I introduce you guys to the project. I'm not, of course, paid by Anchor Protocol or anything like that, but the cool thing is this, I go into detail about what the project is and so on. And then also in the description, it's going to refer you to a guy who did a magnificent job of showing you step-by-step how to go about getting this. At the time, of course, it was like 20%. It's down to 18%, but still, 18% on your stablecoin. At the end of the day, I mean, you know, if you're a type person which you did very well in crypto, like I myself, I mean, I'm not bragging, and I didn't make $1 million last year or anything like that, but I did make 120K. I mean, heck, let's say I only made 100K. I mean, 18%. If I put all that on the stablecoin, 18% on that, that's pretty darn well. That's basically, you know, residual income. That's why I always like shake my head at the end of the day when you hear about that guy who wins the Powerball and he just goes off and just goes on a spending spree. It's like, man, come on, what are you doing? You're spending against your principal. Like, live off your interest. And that's at the end of the day, that's what we want to show you guys doing. Again, if that's your exit plan or that's the current thing you want to do, by all means, take a look at the Anchor Protocol. And on top of it, if we pull up the CMC listing for Anchor Protocol, Larry, if you happen to bring that up, it's at 207. I think when I originally covered it, it was like, you know, maybe like 120, something like that. So it's one of the few that, you know, is standing out, doing decent as far as being a top 100, currently ranked 89th. Volume's significantly up 264%. That market cap is, what's that, 711 million. So, I mean, it's nothing to bat an eye on. Now, if you're wondering, you know, Larry's always talking about that low impact. There's other big influencers are covering it. In fact, I will give them a shout out. J.R. Hoffman, of the Run Guys, they covered it. Anchor Protocol, because again, at the end of the day, you want an exit plan. You got to have some kind of exit plan in regards to all this, because otherwise, what the heck are we doing? You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, it's interesting. Anchor Protocol is not one that I'm currently in. It's not because I don't like the project. I just didn't really know too much about it.
I will say this, it's a little bit more technical. It ain't going to be super easy. To a sense, it's kind of going to be like this, like me earlier, right? Me early 2021 came out of like Robinhood and jumped into the whole thing of, man, I got to force myself to learn this stuff. And it can be kind of intimidating as far as that goes. It's a little bit more technical. I'm just going to throw that out there. But nonetheless, in the description on my video, on my channel where I cover Anchor, there's a gentleman who goes from beginning to end in detail, way better than I could do, right? So I didn't want to, you know, create another video when somebody else did it like just masterful. And you will see, but again, it's just, you just follow the guy step by step. And at the end of the day, I think, you know, you might have to put like 1 or 2 hours realistically, but it's worth it because it's worth it. You want to earn the most you can. Let's face it, on our stable coins. It's a different stable coin. I get it. You might be that type of person in which, you know, you want, you're a big fan of USDC, or in my case, I'm a big fan of USDT. I get it. But at the same time, UST is a stable coin. Why not, at the end of the day, get the most amount of interest? That's why we're all here. We're trying to earn money. So,
guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Anchor Protocol. This is Crypto Talk Now live with Max and Larry. We're appreciative of all of you that have joined us. If there's anything that you want to talk about other than what we're talking about now, drop it in the comment section. If there's a project they're invested in heavily, you have a small bag, big bag, doesn't matter. We got $50 or $50,000 into it. We'll talk about it because this is a show about you, what you want to watch. We're going to make it so that anything that people want to watch, we're going to present. Now, there's going to be projects on here that people are not going to like. There's going to be projects on here that people are not going to ever invest money into. But if you have an open mind, we're going to take a look at some of these things and see who might want to be interested in it or who might want to check it out further. This one here I'm not into. I just need to learn more about it. And that's why Max is here, because Max is involved with things that I'm not. And, you know, we have a good thing going. This is our 11th live stream. This is the 300th video on this channel. So, you know, this is going to just keep growing. We're not going to stop. This is 7 days a week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then, well, I should say Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday and Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring your friends, anybody you know that's involved with crypto or they want to learn. If you know a developer or a community member or a group of people that want to come in, like last night, we had some great things. We had CBC coming here. They were very generous. They donated, I think, $410 or $415 just for CBC. We talked about CBC. We were very appreciative. They opened up their arms and welcomed us to their community. I'm already invested in CBC, but I don't have a tremendous position. I'm going to take a look at it closer, and at some point, possibly buy more in. But just because I'm doing that doesn't mean you need to.
Right.
You know,
Just
so,
like, we mentioned Anchor Protocol doesn't mean you have to get into it. But at the end of the day, it's just things that kind of stand out, I mean, if you made 100,000 last year in crypto, or you currently made this year in this crazy market, I mean, hats off to you if you did with everything that's been going on. And if you did, I mean, if you had 100,000, I mean, how would you like to make 18,000 in interest on that? I mean, it's not too shabby.
And anyone can come on here. So developers, community members, community advocates for different projects. Okay. YouTubers are welcome on here. Just reach out to me on Twitter or Telegram or Max. And I'll also say something else that is kind of rare, and we'll see how it goes. If it gets crazy, we might not do it anymore, but we're opening up the floor to subscribers and non-subscribers. So if you want to come on here and you're just a viewer, not that we don't appreciate our viewers, you're welcome to come on here. If you want to subscribe to the channel, great. If you want to subscribe to Maximus Crypto for Max here, that's awesome. So we want people to be able to have a uncensored platform where you can pretty much say anything. The only thing I ask is to follow our protocol, our rules, which is to keep the language clean and also to be respectful of every human being as best we can.
Yeah, at the end of the day, be kind. I mean, I come from gaming, right? Oh my gosh, I mean, if you guys play Call of Duty, Battlefield, I mean, that is some of the most toxic chat you can see. People just go in there and they just it's just verbal vomit. They're the keyboard warriors. They feel like they can just say whatever they want because they're behind the keyboard. At the end of the day, I always tell my guys, from my gaming platform, we're always going to treat each other with respect. So when you come on here, be kind to people. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, the way I look at it is like this. For the most part, you guys should love your moms and stuff like that, right? But it's like, would you talk to your mom this way? No. So, it's like, just all we ask is people be kind, treat each other with respect. I mean, common sense stuff.
So GIDMWA says, this is sick. A lot of people lost money. That's what I was talking about people making comments. If you guys want to come on here and actually talk it out, you want to have a little therapy session with Max like I did the last couple of nights, you can do that. You guys want to be on audio or video, you're welcome to come on. I'm not 100% certain what he's talking about, but I'm guessing he's talking about Phantom. But,
yeah, he was talking about that. I mean, it was just the right timing in regards to that. So
no,
I don't think it was referring to Anchor Protocol, but
no.
We'll move on from that. I just wanted to point that guys out. If anything catches my eye, this has of course been one on my back burner for a while. Heck, I even did a video for it. Not that I'm trying to get more views on that video or nothing like that. It's just these are things that have popped up, obviously, on CoinMarketCap. Because let's face it, I mean, the overall market is way down. I mean, shoot, we're at 1.67 trillion. Remember the great days of the end of last year where the overall crypto market cap was over 3 trillion, right? Yeah. We want to get back to that. Of course we do. So let's take another look. Another one of our picks, right? If you were here a couple days ago, was Miami Coin. And I want the floor just for a little bit, Larry, in regards to this, because we revisited this a few days ago. And currently speaking, it's having a pretty, decent pump. I mean, look at that, 59%. Yep. That was one of my picks a few days ago. If you're into day trading, that you're up and you're
big time.
You're happy about that. There's a big announcement in regards to them that I want to actually share. So, for instance, we were talking about how Miami Coin is part of the City Coin project. There's also New York Coin. Again, this is investing in your local city, investing in things that you believe in that might have been slashed by the budget, and so on. And nonetheless, here's the announcement. It says, "Hey City Coiners, the first City Coin protocol upgrade will go live today at block 58905, and it's going to go live today at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern." So this has already been live for the last couple hours. In my opinion, this is why you see big price action, because of the upgrade to their protocol. It just basically means this. If you're like, well, what the heck is Maximus talking about? It just means that they're going to be able to onboard, like for instance, more cities. Currently speaking, in City Coin and so on, not just Miami Coin, you can vote, like kind of like a government's token, if you will. You can vote on if you want to bring your city on board. I believe Albuquerque is one of them. There's some other cities. I think Portland, Oregon, where I'm originally from, is one of those. But it's just a really cool concept, because like I was telling Larry the other day, I'll never forget, when I was a kid, middle school, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, for instance. It's like one of my favorite classes was home ec, right? And then by the time I get to 8th grade, that is slashed, right? Well, how would you like to be able to bring proposals to people who are going to listen? But you're going to do it in the form of crypto, hence City Coins. It's a really cool concept they got going on. Check it out if you want. And nonetheless, look at it right here, pumping about 59%. I'm not going to put a lot of focus on this. Again, check out the project. By all means, research, read the white paper. If you don't want to read the whole white paper, if the project has a white paper, read the white paper. Don't just take, what I say or what other influencers say. Do your own research. Going a little bit more further, we're going to go to another one that I wanted to cover a couple days ago, but we didn't have a chance, and that is a project. It's not really necessarily like a strong community project. You know how people always talking about, does this project have utility? Well, literally, it's just this. Proof of liquidity, POL, is strictly just that. It's utility. If you try to go to like a Twitter following, there really isn't. This is something that is built basically like for things like KuCoin. And what I was going to state is I saw this go down to about 3 cents. I think that was like the rock bottom on that. I don't know if you have that up. Yeah, you do have that up. But nonetheless, I saw this go down to 3 cents. Here's the significance of this that I want to point out for you guys. So for instance, Larry, if you go to the top part, actually right there, that's fine, where it's all. If you click on the 1 year, so we did see rock bottom, right? So we saw all-time lows roughly about a day ago or so on. You see the highs, and I was going to explain this. So if you're familiar with KuCoin, basically it's like this. I'm going to actually pull this up on my end. So currently speaking, yeah, I'm a big advocate for Clearpool and so on, but I take advantage of a lot of the promotions that are on the KuCoin platform, just like a lot of people. And for instance, I just earned, 50% APR on my Clearpool. Well, if I go to restake this on this Clearpool or just stake period, there's a little thing that's in the contract, and it basically mentions how you're going to use this thing called POL, proof of liquidity, and it means just that. So when you go to buy a certain token or certain coin on KuCoin, for instance, they have this utility called POL, proof of liquidity, and it's going to verify from the project on KuCoin's platform if it has what? The proof of liquidity. How cool is that? So it's a complete utility token. Well, the thing is this. POL through KuCoin is going to reward you. And for instance, like right now, I only have, I have, I don't know, like 5 POL. But the point is, every single time these transactions happen, let's say you buy 10,000 Clearpool, let's say you buy into 88, anything like that on KuCoin is going to use that utility to verify, again, the proof of liquidity. Here's the thing. It's strictly a utility-driven project. That's it. There is no real big community behind it if you're from the meme space. But the cool thing is this. It's an opportunity for us as far as the risk to reward ratio. I'm always preaching the risk to reward ratio. And of course, we want to keep it educational for you guys. So bringing back up that page that Larry's showing, I mean, for crying out loud, even right now, it went up to like 5 cents or something like that. It's up. What does it say it's up? It's a little blurry. It's 25% up.
Yeah.
So from like yesterday, it was like 0.03, and now it's up to about 0.05 or so on. And the cool thing is this. Once we hit back into that bull market, right? We're always talking about that, right? So if we can see things get really bullish again, right? Bring in more investors, for instance, on the KuCoin platform. This is one of those type of tokens in which you're going to see. You could, again, I'm not a fortune teller or anything like that, and have a crystal ball, but if you go on this,
I thought you have a crystal ball.
Well, there is. I'll put it this way: if you guys are interested in this, there is a description on what specifically this does more than what I'm telling you at the bottom, and it basically just mentions this. I'll just give you the gist of it. For instance, like if KuCoin brings in a lot of people and investors bring in a lot of volume, then of course it's going to push up. You're going to see more price action. As there's less volume, of course, this thing's kind of like going to deflate, like you've been seeing. But that is key. We get back into, again, where things getting bullish. hopefully the crypto winter is going to be coming to the end. Hopefully by, I don't know, the end of the summer or something. I don't know. But nonetheless, these are big opportunities because that risk to reward ratio. I'm not saying that we're going to get back to all-time highs on proof of liquidity. But again, on my channel, also on Crypto Talk Now, me and Larry love to show you guys token and coin projects that do what? Fly under the radar. To me, this is one that definitely flies on the radar. Am I personally invested to it? Yep, I absolutely am. Am I paid by them? No, I'm not paid by them. But at the same time, you can see the potential. Yeah, well, you can see the potential about it because again, I'm not saying it's going to get back to all-time highs of 54 cents. But let's say it even gets to like 25, 35. It might be something you want to look into. So look into proof of liquidity. Yeah, it's a high ranking, and I mean it, guys. It's strictly utility. That's it. You try to click on their community page, it's just going to link you to like maybe KuCoin or something like that. There is no community behind it. It's just it's a tool, literally just that. Look more into it if you might be interested in it, because as the volume increases, so will this.
Guys, if you're just joining us, welcome to everyone that has just joined us. You're talking live on Crypto Talk Now with Max and Larry. We're talking about a variety of different tokens and coins, crypto, everything related, a little bit of drama and stuff like that with Phantom. We got past that, so it is what it is. We're rooting for anyone that's holding, and hopefully the chart will start to take off if they do some marketing. So we've talked about a variety of different things. So
the volume is up 47% too. So
yeah, that's good. You really have been talking about some good ones lately. Like you've been like Zilliqa the other day. You talked about that. I made a quick 35% or more with that, right around that amount. And so you've had a good streak here, Max. We so but I'm sure your time will come. You'll start talking about a couple that don't do so good, but you can't pick them all the time. That's why you guys have to do your own research, right? You have to always do that. I'll talk about something and the next day it'll drop 30%, or I'll talk about something the next day it goes up 50%. I mean, you just really don't know. Crypto is so, like a roller coaster. It goes around in a circle and it goes up and down. It's just crazy the way that the market is, and people like the volatility because that's how they make money. So, Max is just welcoming everybody here. We'll put it up on here. If you guys are not subscribed to Max's channel, go ahead and subscribe to it. Maximus Crypto. If you want to subscribe to my channel, that's great. It's called Crypto Talk Now. This is our live stream. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine too. There's no obligation. It's free. You hit the like button is the only thing that we ask. So guys, while you're here, stop what you're doing. Please hit the like button. We appreciate it. It gets it out there. This stream is going to grow because it has to. It's the algorithm. We're going to be here like Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. at night, Eastern Standard Time, and then 4 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, Eastern Standard Time. So we're here for you guys. We want to talk about what you want to talk about. There's 8 people in here. Yeah. Drop in the comment section and let us know what you want to talk about. You want to talk about Saitama? You want to talk about WAGMI? You want to talk about the Pixel presale? Anything you guys want to talk about, we're here for that. The overall market, we can talk about that. While we're waiting for people here, the overall market, Max, we didn't talk too much about it, but what is going on? Like every time I turn the page and it's another day on the calendar, it seems like everything's either green or everything's red. Like there's really not too much of a mixed bag with everything. It's like back and forth, everything's way up or everything's way down. So I don't know exactly what kind of market we're in. I know that the Fed, didn't go crazy with the interest rates like we all thought they were going to.
Oh man, that's speaking of Fed. I mean, what people don't, people need to realize at the end of the day, it's like when it comes to the financial markets, the Fed matters most. And if they even open their mouth about anything, you can see things just absolutely tank. And if they mention anything positive, you see that. So it's not just crypto. Obviously, it's stocks. When that's affected, that unfortunately carries on over to crypto. So it's one of those things. But if anything, the way I look at it, do you want to buy when everything is green? No. You want to buy when it's like rock bottom.
So a couple things. Let's talk about this, Max. So we're going to talk about the psychology behind the market. And what I mean is in a minute, but not yet. But we're going to talk about Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and Saitama, what happened there. But before we do that, let's talk about the overall sentiment. So we know what always happens. Everyone says the same thing, right? It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, then the altcoins. There's going to come a point in time, in my opinion, where we're not going to have to worry about that cycle anymore, where it's going to be like, okay, we've got this great crypto game, we've got this great metaverse, and we're going to invest in that because people are actually using it. They're using the metaverse. They're using the play to earn games. Right. It doesn't matter if Bitcoin or Ethereum are down. What do you think about that?
It matters to a degree because, I mean, again, I guess you could say, remember I always told you I'm not going to be a yes man to you. Yeah. This is where we're going to agree to disagree.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want you to come at me and
no, that's okay. I'm going to come at you on that
one. You got to disagree with me sometimes. That's what makes it fun.
No. So I'm agree to disagree on that one. So because the way I look at it basically is like this: Bitcoin, Ethereum, those two literally represent 81% of the overall crypto market, whether you like it or not. So if those two are doing well, usually the altcoins are affected. And there's a lot of evidence to basically back that up. I mean, I'm not going to get into all of it, but I will state this. This whole thing that happened at the end of, April with the big crash, literally, like I said, it was considered the crash that was heard around the world. Basically at that same time, I mean, like you had the Dow that dropped 1,000 points that day. That's nothing to bat an eye about. S&P 500, for instance, like it shed more than 3%. The NASDAQ fell more than 4%. Amazon stock, right? That's a big one. Crashed 15% that day. And then, of course, that affected cryptos, right? Like, we didn't survive that. Bitcoin dropped 4% that day. Ethereum, check it out, lost 6%. Cardano, for crying out loud. Everybody's talking about Cardano. Like, that dropped 12%. So it's like, well, where do we go from this? So basically, it's like, Bitcoin prices dropped towards like 30,000 when that happened. And then the whole crypto market basically had the attitude that, like, oh my gosh, is it going to be like significantly lower than that? And where we go from there,
Not to interrupt you, but that's what I'm kind of saying. Like, yeah, I want to break the cycle. I don't want to be like subject to Bitcoin. I'm wearing the Bitcoin hat. Okay. I mean, I believe in Bitcoin, but it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, it's more exciting to be in the altcoins. It's more exciting to be in some of these newer crypto games, metaverses.
Well, I was going to say there's good news. So all that's bad news. But like I was trying to say yesterday, it's like the good news from it is just because there's this big crash, it's like, there's a lot of investors that are okay with it because their attitude is based off of history and previous year's reports in regards to all this, right? We will more than likely enter into what they refer to as a 3-year bull market in the cryptos. And it's like, that is what excites me because it's like, again, the light at the end of the tunnel, seeing the vision and so on. And of course, as we know, these do well, affects the altcoins. And then once we get green lighted again, I mean, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's why I've been saying all along about things with real utility. You say the same thing. We're beating the same drum. Right. The thing about it is this. It's, the games. There needs to be one game that people go nuts for. I mean, I try to reach out to WAGME. I don't think they're going to want to come on here right now. They will eventually if we get more, if we get noticed more. I'm a fan of WAGME. I'm invested in it. I got an NFT. But there needs to be I'm looking for a big game, like something that somebody would play. Fortnite's probably not as popular anymore, but a Fortnite, a PlayStation, an Xbox type of game that's mainstream that people are going to love playing. Doesn't matter if Bitcoin crashes 90%. Doesn't matter if Ethereum goes down to $1,000. People are going to play it and they're going to earn money and they're going to be excited about it because a 15-year-old kid's playing it. A 45-year-old guy's playing it. I mean, a lot of people want to play something. And if they can earn a little bit of crypto with it, I think it's going to dominate the industry. That's where it's at, crypto gaming. And that's coming for somebody that's not even a gamer.
Yeah, it'll come to that. I mean, a lot of people feel as though, it was Axie Infinity in regards to that. But I mean, that only appeals to, a certain type of gamer and so on. I'm not knocking on Axie, of course. But yeah, you're right. At some point, there's going to be that, that it game, if you will. And then people are just going to be talking about it. And, create something addictive. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Create something that is an addictive game, and if they have crypto tied into it, just like, for instance, we were talking about Axie Infinity. We covered what was it, Smooth Love Potion, SLP. Heck, you can get that on Crypto.com's app. It's a little above a penny. I was hoping to wait for it to drop a little bit below a penny, and then I was gonna do my Dogecoin approach because when I originally got the Dogecoin, got into that late January of like we just talked about, 2021. I bought $300 worth, bought 30,000 coins, and then I don't know, when I got out of that, it was like, I don't know, I turned 300, basically, bottom line, I turned 300 to 22K. And then I got bit by the crypto bug, and hence why I'm here. You get what I'm saying?
You guys see the chair behind me? See, it says Wolf, Southern Wolf. So look, Saitama, let's get into it. Shiba Inu, Dogecoin backwards. All right, so Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Saitama. This is what happened in my opinion. Okay, everybody got excited about Dogecoin. It came out of nowhere, right? My dollar cost average was around 5.2 cents. I remember. I sold off, ping-ponging back and forth and making money. I sold I don't even remember what it was, 7.5 cents or something like that. And I thought I was a hero because I had a big position in it. And then it goes up and 73 cents or whatever it is. Elon Musk goes on to Saturday Night Live and the thing, crashes or whatever. Buy the rumor, sell the news.
Yeah, I remember
whatever
that.
you want to call it.
I remember that very well.
But people, in my opinion, like you've made it public. You made $22,000 from just Dogecoin alone, right? So people got spoiled, right? I was actually going to do a video. I went out and bought a dartboard. I never even opened it, and I was going to throw darts at the wall just to do a funny little video to try to be fun, because so I'm not so boring. But the thing is that I could literally throw, put all the puppy dogs and the kitty cats and all the other meme coin pictures up on the wall and throw a dart at it. And if we're talking about October of last year, it's going to 2, 3, 4, 5x because everything was doing that. Shiba Inu goes crazy. And the reason why Shiba Inu went nuts is because people were thinking in their minds. They're thinking about Dogecoin and it goes crazy. The reason why Saitama took off, in my opinion, there was so much hype. There was so much marketing. That's the biggest thing that Saitama did right. And I don't remember the exact market cap, but I'm thinking it was around $4 billion at one point. It might have been higher. And I covered a lot of it on this channel, over 100 videos. And, the thing about it is this. Just like I was saying in the beginning, they paid some of the big YouTubers. Some of them they didn't pay. Some people got in early. Steve Rocket Crypto was part of the team. Holistic Crypto was the OG. He was talking about it first. He found it by accident, or he was doing a system where he was looking at new tokens on CoinMarketCap, right? So he found it. People started talking about it, and it just took off. But I think without Dogecoin, there's no Shiba Inu. Okay? Without Shiba Inu,
absolutely.
There's no Saitama. Those successes of those tokens were built on the prior ones. Now, I'm not saying anything that people don't know, but I'm going to tell you how people got wrecked. I'm going to tell you how me personally ran into some issues because I was invested in a lot of these different tokens, and I knew that not every one of them was going to make it, but I figured, I put a little bit here, a little bit there. I kind of sprinkle it around, diversify, and, put a bunch of moon bags out there and see which one goes. Well, a lot of them just died because, I'm waiting for the next Saitama, right? So, I think that Shibnobi was the next Saitama, and that didn't work out. Now, it might still work out. It's not over with. But,
I still think that one's going to work out. Long term, again, I totally am a firm believer. It's not about just like, oh, I have faith to believe in the project. And then, as long as I have the faith to believe in the project, it's just going to go to the moon someday. No, it's not like that. It's just more of like, I believe in that long-term vision. I'm still excited about everything they got on the roadmap, especially. And then just the transparency behind the project. I'm not going to go on and on about it, but I do like the points that you're talking about because it is true. For me personally, it started off with Dogecoin. I turned $300 into 22K. My attitude was, wow, okay, I'm bit by crypto bug. I came from Robinhood, so I was a big newbie to crypto. To the exception of Bitcoin, a few years before that, but let's face it, that's like everybody. Yeah. So if I get bit by that bug, then I go from there to I literally saying to myself, all right, I got this at a penny, Dogecoin that is, and then from there I said to myself, okay, I need to find projects in which I can instead of buying it for a penny, I could buy it for fractions of a penny, and then that's what stood out for me with Shiba Inu. I could get it for. At the time, it was 0. And then 50799. And I actually knew about it even when it was cheaper than that. But then I had to get over the whole thing of man, I don't know how to use Uniswap. What the heck is that? And then I said to myself, look, time is going by. The token's going up more in value. You could have got way more if you would have forced yourself to learn this, right? And yes, there's tutorials, but it was also the whole thing of the whole fear. right? I think there's a lot of investors that come over where it's from, you know, Robinhood at the time, et cetera, and they had that fear because I know I did, and it was like, what the heck is this thing? Uniswap, or you know, at the time the other one thrown around a lot was Pancake Swap. It's like Pancake Swap. It's just like what? What is this? So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, so Doge, Shiba, Saitama, Shibnobi kind of flat right now. I think there's three Inus left. We may never see another Shiba Inu. We may never see another Dogecoin or Saitama or anything like that. This might be the end. I don't want to burst everyone's bubble and everyone's excited about these meme tokens and community-based tokens, but it might be not the same. We could see tokens go to 20, 30 million dollars, 150 million. Look, these three right here, I think, have a chance in terms of the Inus. I'm going to call them just the Inus. Okay, and in this order: Volt Inu, Robo Inu, and Strange Inu. Oh, my dog just came in here. He just opened the door because he hears me talking about dogs. And so here's the thing. All right, so we reached out to a while back. Volt Inu, I never tried to reach out to them. I guess we could talk to them. They've got influencers out there. They're doing really good. And so let me just take care of this comment right here. So let me just see what it says. All right, so there's some spam coming in the chat. All right, whatever. So look, here's the thing. I'm losing my train of thought because my dog is bugging me here. All right, so Volt Inu has a chance, right? We can reach out to them. I don't know if they want to come on here or not. They're welcome to come on here. I got a small bag. I think Max has something. The other thing is, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers are into Volt, right? There's a lot of influencers talking about it. The other one is Robo Inu. I reached out to them in the past. I don't really think that they are too keen on coming in here. Maybe their opinion might change soon. We'll see. I know somebody that's another YouTuber. I won't mention her name. And she is a big proponent of Volt, and maybe she can see if they want to come on. And then, or not Volt, of Robo Inu. And I know that you're into Robo Inu. Are you invested in Robo Inu, or are you looking at it?
I'm invested. No, I've been invested into it. Yeah.
All right. So people,
I have mine through Bitmart, but at the time I didn't know that I couldn't stake, on Bitmart because that was an incentive. But if you're an American resident, you can't stake on their platform, which sucks. Let's just be honest.
So, Volt,
I could have got 150% APR on that. I was very disappointed. But that's not Robo Inu's fault. That's just crypto regulation.
The last one is Strange Inu, and I'll say I'm a little bit biased because they are a sponsor of the channel, but they've been doing some great things, and it's still early. It's just over a month old. We'll see what happens. But, Volt is an interesting one because they're taking some of the money and they're reinvesting in other projects. Volt is reinvesting in other projects. They're investing in NFTs. They're trying to develop some revenue to then pass on to the holders. So it's an interesting concept what they're doing. I like what they're doing, and I wish I would have gotten in sooner. And the other thing is Robo Inu. Like, I'm trying to gather more information, but they need to. If anyone's out there listening for Robo Inu, or if you are out there and you're invested, you can go ahead and be a little advocate for this channel. Tell them to come on here. We want to ask them some questions in a respectful way because we want to understand more about their project. And then Strange Inu, of course, is a sponsor right now. I don't know how long it's going to last. We have a deal for this week, and we'll see what's going to happen. But I think that Strange Inu has a chance. The only thing I'm not crazy about is that their team is not doxxed, and they don't have plans on doxing. So they're telling me, Shiba Inu, this and that. So Shiba Inu and Bitcoin and stuff like that are kind of the exception to rule. I like to see somebody out there. Doesn't mean it's not going to rug pull because we've seen people doxed at rug pull, but it gives people peace of mind when teams are doxed. But getting back to Volt. So Volt has a game. I don't know if it's even developed because I'm not an expert on Volt. But what I have heard is that you can use your dust tokens from other projects, and you can go ahead and use those and to participate in the game. So have you heard? What do you know about Volt?
Well, to be honest, I mean, when it comes to Volt, I don't know everything there is to know about Volt. I do cover it on my channel. When I see certain things that, are significant in regards to the project, I definitely go ahead and post about it. But I mean, I'm not going to make the claim that I'm the greatest influencer when it comes to Volt. But a few things that did stood out for me was I did like the idea that it wasn't just focused on ETH. That I believe you can use BSC, for instance, to get some of it. I also like the idea of the game. I know there's other projects in which they have like what their main mascot or whatever and you could implement that into this, particular one with Volt. Um, and then just basically, the roadmap was the main thing I was looking at. And then on top of that was, it was just a really big community-driven project that actually had some form of utility. Because I think at the same time, people were like pounding home the whole thing of, hey man, what was it, the Elon token, Dogecoin Mars, right?
Yeah,
And I
I
was
have
like,
some.
well, yeah, they have a great community, but zero utility. And I said, I don't want to get into anything like Dogecoin again. Like nothing against Dogecoin, but it was just like I gotta have some kind of utility because I kind of saw that becoming like just what if it just flattens out? So then I saw at the same time like there's Volt, and I was like, wow, you know what? Volt is consistently showing up on my Twitter, feed all the time. I mean, these guys are killing the marketing. So, I did some research on it, read the white paper and whatnot, but I'm not going to, lie and tell you guys that like I know everything about Volt because I simply don't. But I was able to recognize that it is a very like amazing community-driven project that does have utility, and they have this cross bridge where the two contracts, one with East, one with BSC. So if anything, not getting hit with the big gas fees is very, very significant. And then the game, the NFTs, heck, um, they're consistently every day killing it. I will say this: I wasn't a big fan of the the V2 migration. I don't know if anybody else had a problem with the V2 migration, but I have a Coinbase wallet, and when I migrated my tokens to the V2 contract, now it's basically stating on my Coinbase wallet that I am worth like 158 billion dollars in Volt, and it's like, what the heck? And then now it's even saying something crazy with Shinobi. I don't know if it affected it because of my Volt migration, but my point is this: before I migrated, I didn't have these problems. So I'm thinking, am I the only one that having this problem? Probably not. As the saying goes, if one person has an error on anything that's technical, whether it's an app on their PC, Apple, whatever, right? There's somebody else that's going to have that problem. But I've done a search. I haven't seen anybody mention this. So I don't know. I need to reach out to, Coinbase support. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's not like I was going to try to cash it out anyway because I got into Volt and Shinobi for the long term. So I'm not sweating.
So we've gone on for a good amount of time, and since we don't have a developer or somebody from the community, I'm gonna start to wrap it up a little bit and talk a little bit about tomorrow's show. So tomorrow, I can't confirm 100%, but there's a 95% chance that a couple of people from the development team of Archie, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Neko, are coming on tomorrow. And it's interesting because they named their token after the cat of the main developer. I guess the cat passed away and they honored the cat. So I kind of like that because I'm an animal lover. So what about you, Max? Do you like animals? Do you have a dog or a cat or anything like that?
Yeah, I got a pug. His name is Meatball.
Okay,
And then
cool.
we have another dog here in the house. He's a miniature Schnauzer. His name's Baxter. But
Yeah, I got a boxer. I got a boxer pit bull mix. He's a pit boxer. Yeah, he's a big dog. He's
is that
like
the one you refer to as Patches?
Yeah, he's 96 pounds.
That's Patches?
Yeah, he's a big dog.
Okay.
Yep. I'll bring him on camera one time. So yeah, so what I'm starting to think is we'll shorten this up a little bit since we don't have guests, but because we don't want to run out of things to talk about, we want everyone to tune in tomorrow. I want everyone to go back that's watching this, or if you're watching on record, go back to your communities and tell them that we want to talk to you guys. There's no, expectation for payment or anything like that for this live stream. If you want to do something with sponsorship or something that's a dedicated AMA, that's a different story. We can talk about it. But people are welcome to come on here if they want to donate. Like we thank CVC, yesterday donated over $400, and we appreciate that. It keeps the channel going, keeps the show going here, because everything that we do on this show, Max and I share in terms of revenue. So we're just getting started out, but we want to get the word out that if you want to talk about your project, even if we don't like the project, we'll talk about it. We want to listen. We have an open mind. So we want to thank everybody for watching tonight. And we want everybody to tune in tomorrow because it's going to be a really good show. There's going to be, the two developers here, at least two. Supposedly they're coming on from Archie Neko. Now they're going to come on. We're going to start the show at 9 o'clock. We'll see if they come on around 9:15. But guys, if you haven't seen the show and you want to watch more about what happened, if you just joined, go back and rewind this channel. Share it on Twitter. or rewind this feed, I should say. Share it on Twitter. Get the word out, because we're here Monday through Friday, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We usually go for like an hour and a half to 2 hours, sometimes a little bit more than that. And then Saturday and Sunday, we're at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Larry. This is Max. This is Max and Larry Show, Crypto Talk Now. Go ahead and subscribe to Max. He's got his own crypto channel, Maximus Crypto, and he has his own gaming channel. It's got over 7,000 subscribers as well. So, Max, I'm going to give you the last word.
All right, guys. Just want to thank you guys for coming out and supporting the channel, supporting our our show. Crypto Talk Now with Max and Larry. Nonetheless, we're more than glad to share various crypto projects with you. Again, earlier, if you missed it, we covered Anchor Protocol. That was the main one, I guess you could say, that stood out for today. By all means, we want to help you guys earn the most you can on your stable coins. On that particular one, you can earn as high as 18%, compared to, let's face it, the average one out there where 6 to 8%. Take the time to look into it. It's a little bit more technical. You're going to be using UST Terra in regards to that, not USDT or USDC. And then some of the other ones, some of our picks worked out really well. Miami coin from a few days ago. Larry showed you guys up about 58%. So if you got into that a few days ago, you're smiling. And then on top of that, look into proof of liquidity, mainly for the risk to reward ratio. If you believe that we're going to be entering into a bullish market with an uptrend soon, why would you want to wait for that to get solid green? No, buying opportunities now. Again, not financial advice or anything like that, but you can recognize the risk to reward ratio. That's my play. I'm personally invested into it. Proof of liquidity, look into it, or just rewind it back to that segment. For me, Maximus, and my good friend Larry, thanks for watching today's show on Crypto Talk Now. May you all have a blessed night, and we'll see you on the next one.
One last thing. So I want to say goodbye to everyone. And Max, I thank you for the last word, but I'm going to have the last word because I forgot to tell you, everybody.
That's all right.
So once we have consistently 500 people concurrently at the same time, what we're going to do, I decided today, I haven't even talked to Max, but I think he might like the idea. What I'm going to kick around with Max offline, we're going to talk about it. We're going to start doing some giveaways. So we're going to give away some crypto once this channel, or this, I should say, live stream show gets big enough. When we get 500 people in here or more at the same time, and we start getting 500 likes and that sort of thing, we're going to give away a pretty good amount of crypto every single night. But that's why we need your help. We need you to get the word out, go into your communities that you're invested in, and go into your other, talk to your other YouTubers. If any other YouTuber, subscriber, viewer wants to come on, we would love to have you come on and talk crypto with us. Without any further ado, I'm going to sign off, say goodbye to everybody. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care, everybody.
Take care.